This call will be recorded.
Oh boy, it feels like it's been a minute. I guess it has technically,
It
according
has.
to our time, not podcast time.
Not podcast time. No. No.
Podcast time.
Podcast time has been faithfully
S-
posting Mondays and Fridays.
Excellent. Well, I'm
Or
Jeff.
did you know one of our listeners is from the Russian Federation?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
glory,
what that means, but
glory
it's
to
just one
poutine.
single booty. Welcome to Accidentally Made Content Podcast.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Blaisdell is the person that normally does the introduction, but I had to make up for the fact that I said dumb things that derailed us. I'm David Johnson. Today, Jeff is going to read me a goofy AI story
Yes.
that I'm going to react to. In the past, we were pretty quick to have the prompt read, but as time has gone on, we've found it gets better and better when you don't know what it is.
Yep.
But sometimes we still know. So,
Yep.
and we're not doing this to make money. And
No.
no, anyone who finds this, I just hope you just really like just low quality content. Because
Yep.
to be honest, I like listening to it. I don't need it to change. I like recording it. It's really fun.
Well, then I
So,
guess
what you
we'll.
got for me, dude?
This is the two for one, where ChatGPT randomly updated and gave me two versions of the same
Mm,
prompt. So this
that's
is
right.
this is pas de part dose.
Love it. Porto uno.
Well, I guess I'll just jump in then. Here we
I'm
go.
excited.
Okay. So Jiminy Cricket had seen his fair share of difficult cases as the conscience, but nothing could have prepared him for Skeletor.
Wait, we did this.
No, this is the second iteration.
Oh no. It's another one?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm all for this.
Jiminy Cricket had, oh, sorry, but nothing could have prepared him for Skeletor. One moment he was wrapping up his latest assignment, and the next, a cosmic force. Perhaps a clerical error in the great moral bureaucracy plopped him into Snake Mountain, face to face with the cackling overlord of evil himself. Skeletor sneered at him. What's this? A bug? A talking bug? Jiminy straightened his little coat and cleared his throat. A cricket, actually. My name's Jiminy, and I'm here to be your conscience. For a moment, there was silence. Then, Skeletor's laughter filled the chamber, echoing off jagged walls. A conscience? For me? Oh, that's rich. What's next? A bedtime story from He-Man? Jiminy
Yes.
sighed. Look, pal, everyone's got an inner voice trying to steer them right. Yours just
You
happens.
don't.
you,
Sorry.
you just it happens to be me now.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. Go for it. Go for it.
Skeletor scowled. I don't need a conscience. I have a plan to conquer Eternia, crush He-Man, and rule all. Jiminy hopped onto Skeletor's massive shoulder. And how's that working out for you? The warlord hesitated. Well, I've come close. Jiminy folded his arms. Ah, and how many times have you actually won? Skeletor grumbled. That's beside the point. But Jiminy saw the doubt flicker in those glowing eye sockets. The truth was, Skeletor had been trying the same tactics for many years. Scheming, tricking, sending Beastman to bungle simple tasks, and always failing. Maybe a new approach was in order.
Oh,
Even
wow.
though, even ever thought about leading by inspiration instead of fear? Jiminy asked. Skeletor blinked. What nonsense is this? Jiminy hopped off his staff, balancing with ease. Think about it. What if you didn't have to force your minions to obey? What if they wanted to follow you? Skeletor crossed his arms. And why would they do that? Because you could be nice. Skeletor recoiled as if Jiminy had suggested he take up knitting. Nice? Blah! I'm evil. I don't do nice. Jiminy shrugged. Okay, suit yourself, but tell me, do you enjoy being betrayed all the time? Because that's what fear-based leadership gets you. Skeletor leaned forward. He had lost count of how many times Evil Lyn had double-crossed him. How many times his henchmen had failed him out of sheer incompetence. Maybe, just maybe, the bug had a point. Fine, he huffed. I'll try it once. The next morning, Skeletor called his minions together in the throne room. Minions, he declared, I appreciate your efforts. Oh, sorry, there was a pause there.
This feels like a children's story,
It does.
and I don't know how I feel about that. I both love it and also feel like I'm lacking shoulder pads and
Yes.
a healthy dose of positive psychology.
Yep. Appreciate your efforts. The room fell silent. Fell silent. Beastman scratched his head. I don't know what Beastman sounds like, so is this a trick? Trapjaw looked genuinely alarmed. Are you feeling okay, boss? Skeletor cleared his throat. I am merely testing a new leadership strategy. I value your contributions. Yes, that's all. Jiminy beamed. Maybe that wasn't so hard. It turned out leading with encouragement did have its perks. Morale improved, mistakes decreased. Evil Lyn stopped plotting against him for an entire week, which was a new record. Even his plans became more refined, less reckless, and more strategic. Then one day, Skeletor stood on the battlefield facing He-Man. Jiminy whispered, You know, you don't have to fight him. Skeletor froze. What? Jiminy nodded. You've been fighting He-Man for many years and it never worked. But what if you tried something else? Skeletor hesitated. He turned to his old nemesis.
What if you
He-Man?
charged him with tax evasion?
Perhaps we should talk. He-Man raised an eyebrow. Talk? Jiminy grinned. It's called diplomacy. You
Yeah,
might
I
want
don't think he's capable of that.
to.
Brief Tank over there knows only sword and big buff.
Jiminy grinned. It's called diplomacy. Might want to give it a shot. And so, against all the odds, Jiminy Cricket, the little conscience of could, managed to steer Skeletor towards a new path. Not one of goodness, necessarily, but at least one with fewer explosions, and maybe, just maybe, Eternia would be a little better for it. Finn.
Expectations are set for mild improvement. Oh my gosh. I felt like that version was more nuanced.
Yes, I would agree.
I I liked the jokes about Evelyn. That was great. I very much enjoyed uh Jiminy just reducing his expectations of what he was going to be able to accomplish as being a core part of the story. I just really liked it. I love that they're just like, "Are you okay, boss?" That was good. That was very good. That I don't know, man. What did you think? What do you think?
Honestly, they both were. I mean, anybody listening will have to go back and listen to the other one. I kind of like the procedural, the more like structured procedural nature, which honestly reminded me of some of the other things that
Mm,
that ChatGPT has put out for us. Um,
yeah.
and I I liked
Yes.
it in a different way because it did seem more nuanced, but I like the episodic nature of the other one too. Um,
Yeah.
And so I really it was a toss up between the two of them. Honestly, when I read both of them, because ChatGPT was like, "Hey, which one do you like better?" And I was like, "I don't freaking know. Like they're both good in their own way." And so I just read the first one and then I read the second one. Um, and that's just what happened. So
I think what I appreciated more in this one is we had a little bit less of that strange thing ChatGPT does, where it just treats a crowd of people as entity.
that is
They're
true.
like, everyone was happy and smiling as they watched Skeletor on stage. Like that kind of stuff is really creepy because it just is like, does AI see humans as just one single entity, like itself? Hmm, does it not understand we're individuals? Do we understand that we're not individuals? Hmm. No, I think it did a great job. I can see what you're saying though, because the other one was funny in that it felt like a Saturday morning cartoon too.
Yeah.
And that was also pretty great. This good stuff, man. Good content. This sounds hardly accidental at all.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
I mean, it was accidental in that I was totally not expecting it to dish out two results.
Two of them. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Um, yeah, that would have been weird for me too. I would have just been like, what?
What was ist das?
AI eats the world. We get to, I don't know, swallow the crumbs. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah. So
Well, that was a good one.
what's your rating?
I would say my rating would be, hmm, my potato rating. Well, because I'm keeping potato rating truly nebulous. I barely understand potato rating. But I would have to give this one, it's tough because I want to give it a higher rating, but also for some reason I'm deducting potatoes. And I don't know why. Uh, I'm gonna have to say for some reason 3 out of 5 potatoes. Um I I don't know why. I think it was entertaining. It was good enough entertainment, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like very entertaining like the other one. The other one I think was more entertaining. This one was easier to track with. And it was the characters felt better, you know? It felt less like ChatGPT taking turns wearing a mask. But yeah, it could have done I think it could have done even better. So 3 out of 5 for me. Um and I would give it hmm, it still was a good story. It made me laugh. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It was fun how Jiminy Cricket was wondering what he was supposed to do here. that he was sent from like some moral committee or whatever. That was pretty great.
Yeah,
And
moral
now he had to lower
bureaucracy. Yeah,
moral
I'd miss
bureaucracy.
that.
And
I
he had to make do, and he just decided he was going to make do with the place being a little less miserable. I was scared it was going to be he's going to make it a little less inefficient, but I'm
oh
glad we
God.
avoided that. We avoided that one. A little less efficient. Oh boy. What'd you say?
Um, I forget what you rated the last one. I think I would give it a 4 only because of ChatGPT figuring out individuals. Um,
Hmm.
like that it pushes all the right like funny Skeletor buttons. Um, and uh so that's enough for a 3 for me. But
Yeah.
honestly, the um the uh the freaking uh the that just made me so happy to be able to do that was really funny. And the moral bureaucracy line reminded me about our not quite fan theory about how the universe is actually a simulation and angels are actually just IT professionals
Yeah.
just screaming into the void with no concept as to what's happening.
They don't even care about morality or like the
Yeah,
well-being of humans because they're just trying to keep this stapled together like programming environment, runtime environment continuing to go.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one, Jeff. That one's a fun one. Oh, that'd be a good story one. That'd be a good prompt.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, well, that was good. So what was your star rating then? Potato, I can see a 4 out of 5.
It's almost a 3, like honestly. It's just because it's like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
ChatGPT did something more creative. Um,
Yes. It was more creative. That's true.
um,
What would your
uh,
star rating be,
I'd have to
though?
say a 6 or 7 though. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 6 since I was more generous with the last one.
I think I, I think I'm just in. I think I'm just still dealing with the novelty of these stories just poofing into existence. Like, I think for me, I'm grading on that curve. That it's like this is essentially a short essay written in class, and like it makes me laugh, it makes me smile. I don't hate myself for listening to it, but as time goes on, I might downgrade my ratings because
Mm,
I'm gonna now we're getting a better idea of what we can get out of this. So I can totally respect a 6 out of 7. I'm not gonna change my rating because it came from the heart, but I will line up with your 6 or 7. That's a good one. Well, sweet, dude. That was a straightforward episode. It wasn't too crazy. There wasn't a whole lot of
no,
back and
no.
forth to work off of, but it was a good time. Well, there we go. We did it. We accidentally made content. And this time it was because ChatGPT gave you a twofer. So there you go. Never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, honestly.
That was wild. I'd forgot about that. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later, dude.
All right, see ya.
See you, dude.